So this is the bit about support and letting go. And I think that this is quite an important thing when we're trying to kind of get to that point of sleep. Now, all I've got here is a yoga mat. When you're trying to sleep, you've got blankets, you've got covers, you've got pillows, you've got duvets. And so the whole point of that would be to use those things to make yourself feel comfortable. I'm going to kind of like run through some bits here where I feel like there's tension when we're lying down. Because lying down is not something that we do, especially on surfaces like this. Outside of things like yoga, we don't tend to lie down too much. So it's nice to be able to kind of like have a think about those areas that we feel like we can relax, and what can we do to make that relaxation a little bit deeper. So let's get going with that. For this, I'm going to lie down on the floor again. And the first thing you want to do here is notice, where are there any discomforts? Now, if you're lying down and you're trying to sleep here, a few areas of discomfort might be that lying down on the back doesn't work for you. If lying down doesn't work on the back and you're a side sleeper, they say it's best to sleep on your left-hand side because of the way that prevents sort of things like heartburn. Doesn't work for everybody, and if you're not really prone to heartburn, it doesn't really matter if you sleep on either side. But it's sort of important to be sort of like supported here, because if you think about the joints in the body, the joints don't really want to be straight. They don't want to be locked out. They want to be sort of bent. And you can think of like going down from the top of the body down, and you're thinking, well, which joints specifically want to be bent here? And I would say it's the elbows, it's the hips, and it's the knees. So if you can get to a position where your elbows are nicely bent, but they're supported by the ground underneath you, maybe you've got like a pillow or something underneath them. I don't know, something to feel comfortable with. Some people like to bring the hands onto the chest here again because that bends the elbows a little bit more. And then maybe letting the knees rock out to the side a little bit, maybe taking your knees a little bit, the legs a little bit wider, so it's more of a classic Shavasana position. If this leg position doesn't feel good, you could put a rolled up blanket or a bolster or something underneath the knees, so that you've got the knees are a little bit bent, but they can sink into something. This is, again, a really good way. We're kind of moving into the area here of sort of like supported Shavasana, like you might do in a restorative class. But you know what? If you're trying to sleep, then getting comfortable is really important. So if you feel like an elbow doesn't feel comfortable or a knee doesn't feel comfortable, get a blanket, get a cushion, support that area, pad that area, get it nice and kind of comfortable. And also the other thing to realize is that we're not even. We're not like what we want to do with one side is not necessarily what we want to do with the other side, especially if we're side sleepers. So you might find that you want one shoulder in a different position. Find this comfortable position for you right now. What is this comfortable position? Side sleepers might also find that maybe having a thin rolled up blanket between the knees or between the thighs helps to kind of relax the hips a little bit. I find that kind of like helps me sometimes. And then once you've found a comfortable position, or as comfortable as you can make it, coming back to that each inhale that you take, you feel yourself getting heavier. And every exhale you take, you feel yourself getting a little bit heavier still. Inhale, feel your body getting heavy. Exhale, getting heavier again. Softening around the face. Softening around the throat. Softening around the chest and the shoulders. Softening around the low back. The belly. The hips. Softening the thighs, the knees, the shins, and the feet. Feel with every breath that your body is getting heavier. And with every exhale, your body is getting heavier. But also tune into this idea that if you need to wake up quickly, you'll be able to do so. You're not in any kind of trance or hypnosis or nothing like that. You're entirely in control of it. Sometimes giving ourselves permission to relax and telling ourselves that if we do need to wake up because, kids want something or there's a noise or something, that that can sometimes be what we need to know. That relaxation doesn't mean that we can't be there when we're needed. You can be back and doing stuff in an instant. Giving yourself permission to let go. Not waiting for somebody else to give you permission. Relaxing into your supports.